Okay, I'm here with Chandar. Chandar, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
So can you tell me a little bit about cast iron, that you're from, what you do there, and just take it from there?
Sure, absolutely. Cast Iron Systems is the market leader in connecting cloud applications with enterprise applications on premise. In other words, we are the leader in integrating a hybrid world of cloud and on-premise applications. And my role specifically is I'm Vice President responsible for product and channel marketing for the company.
And so I noticed that cast iron has been around since 2001, so I'm assuming it's gone through a couple of iterations. How has it evolved?
Sure. Cast Iron originally, the founding idea of the company was building an integration appliance. So we built an integration rather than buying software and managing different components for integration. The idea was to provide that pre-configured appliance on a Dell server that would make it a lot more simpler for companies to connect their applications with each other. Now, as the company has evolved, we've had multiple deployment models as well as different target markets. We have started off with a physical appliance, then we've come out with a virtual appliance that you can take our software and deploy it on any different Dell server that a customer may have. Or the third option is we also have a pure multi-tenant cloud-based integration service called the Cast Iron Cloud. So we give customers three options today. In the last few years we've evolved, where it's an integration as a service offering, a physical appliance, or a virtual appliance. And from a market perspective, we've evolved. Originally, rather than just focusing on solving internal integration problems, we have established ourselves as the leader to connect cloud applications with on-premise applications.
And I noticed too that you're working with some pretty big named companies. Can you mention a few of them?
Sure, absolutely. So we are partnering with, if you look at the cloud, essentially, if you look at the cloud, you look at it in terms of three layers. You have the application layer, the platform layer, and the infrastructure layer in the cloud. And we're partnering with a number of leaders in each of these respective layers to connect their cloud with other on-premise offerings. So examples at the application layer would be Salesforce.com is a strategic partner of ours. ADP is a strategic partner of ours. Some of the leaders in the human capital management space like Teleo and SuccessFactors are a strategic partner of ours, as well as other companies in the cloud such as NetSuite, Teleo, etc. Now when it comes to the platform layer, we are partnering with Google, integrating their cloud with on-premise applications, Microsoft Azure, as well as Force.com, which is Salesforce.com's cloud offering. And then we're excited to say that on the infrastructure layer, we are partnering with Dell, where Dell is essentially offering Dell integration services using Cast Iron on Dell appliances to be the underlying mechanism to solve integration.
And so about how big a company are you?
We have more than 100 employees today, and we have thousands of customer integrations using us to connect their cloud and on-premise applications.
And so it sounds like you're working at every layer of the stack. You're working at the infrastructure, platform as a service, and software as a service as well. Is there a special market segment that you have an expertise in, or a certain layer within there that you focus on?
Sure, good question. What you see in the cloud itself, historically what you've seen is that the adoption has been applications as a service was the early adoption. It used to be called SaaS before. Then it's gone to platform, then it's gone to infrastructure with Amazon Web Services, etc. So if you see a number of customers, what you see is that they've adopted some sort of cloud application. And that's where you see the majority of scenarios, whether that's a Salesforce or an Oracle or a NetSuite or some application. They want to connect it to the on-premise SAP or Oracle or whatever the on-premise applications see. And that's where the real focus is, in that hybrid world of connecting cloud applications with on-premise applications. And that's where we see a lot of the use cases. And quite a few are emerging in the board in the platform and the infrastructure layer, but mainly it's been in the application layer so far.
And then because cloud is so nascent at this point, I mean, if you were to say it was a baseball game, maybe we're in the top of the second or something,
sure.
It's going to evolve quite a bit. How do you see cast iron evolving over the next few years? Obviously, no one can see that far into the future, but the next couple of years, where would you see yourselves growing, and how would you see?
That's a great question. I think where we see is, typically we see that cloud is going up market, meaning that if you look at historically the adoption for cloud applications was mainly in the SMB for a long time, and now we see that it's going up market. Where enterprise companies are saying we want to enjoy the benefits of the cloud, which is whether it's pay-as-you-go or the whole elasticity and all that stuff. And where we see Cast Iron is being that enterprise cloud integration platform, where enterprises say that I don't want to go completely to the cloud, I want to build private clouds, and I want to have some public clouds, I still have my on-premise applications, and Cast Iron evolving to be kind of the enterprise cloud integration platform for these companies to bridge the cloud world, of hybrid world of private clouds, public clouds, and on-premise applications.
Excellent. Well, Chandra of Cast Iron, thank you so much.
Thank you.